Hello and welcome everybody to my talk about free food alerts. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm really looking forward to discussing with you what we're doing at Free Food Alert and how we're solving the food waste and hunger problem on campus with Odoo. So first, a brief introduction. My name is Nemo and I'm the founder and CEO of Free Food Alert. I've been working on this project for about the last 8 years now. I'm also the Director of Operations for Sodexis. Sodexis is an Odoo partner, 100% specialized in Odoo implementations. We've been doing only that all the way back since 2012, and they're also the sponsors of the Free Food Alert solution. So, what does food waste look like on campus? Well, you might be surprised to learn that this is what food waste looks like on campus. So, to be clear, these are photos that myself or our users have taken of the food waste left over at the end of an event. This is not the beginning, this is not the middle, but actually at the end of the event, when all the students and event participants are gone, this is the amount of food that would be wasted at the end of these events if there wasn't a solution like Free Food Alert. And here's some more examples. Again, this is the food left over at the end of the event. Some of these trays are like 2/3 full, and yet that's the amount of food waste that event coordinators sometimes have to manage at the end of an event. And before there was Free Food Alert, there was really no solution for event coordinators for this type of quantity of food waste. And so what's the solution? Well, I like to think it's Free Food Alert. So Free Food Alert decentralizes the solution to food waste and hunger on campus through email alerts and mobile smartphone push notifications. We also empower university administrators with data insights regarding trends in food waste and insecurity on campus, so they can try to tackle the root of the problem and actually prevent the food waste from ever being created or generated in the first place. And we're also proudly built on the Odoo Community Edition V16, which is what has allowed us to do this rapid cycle of design, development, and deployment, and has enabled our continuous innovation over the last few years. So now that you've seen the before pictures, as we like to call them, of the food waste that would have been generated at events, I can now show you them side by side with the after photos after we sent out free food alerts and notified students, faculty, and staff about the free food. So you can see here in these different photos, it's rare that like 100% of the food waste gets remediated, but in all cases, at least some of the food waste is remediated. And it really depends on the location on campus of the event, the type of food, waste, or free food available at the end of the events. It also depends on the time of day that the alert is sent out, what kind of impact we can really have. But you can see here, they say a picture speaks 1,000 words, and so I like to think 2 pictures speaks twice as many words. But you can see here, there's a lot of potential for food waste remediation and making students, faculty, and staff on campus very happy with the free food that's available. Just a couple more here. Great, so now that you've seen the impact that we can have, how does it actually work? Well, it's a multi-step process. So the first step is for somebody to sign up as a subscriber to receive the alerts. So any student, faculty, or staff with a .edu email address associated with a university that's either doing a free trial or has a full membership with us can sign up to receive alerts. They'll need to verify their identity by clicking on a link that they receive via email. And so for those of you that are familiar with the Odoo world, that is just a user signing up for a portal account, basically, and then accessing the portal or front-end view of the website through an authenticated user experience. As a next step, they can opt in to become a host. So the hosts are actually the users that have additional permissions and can send out alerts via email and the mobile smartphone push notifications. In order to apply to become a host, a user needs to complete an e-learning course within the platform, which basically explains to them what that role and responsibilities looks like. This e-learning course also includes really important food safety information. In the default course that we recommend to universities, we include the national foodsafety.gov guidelines, but every single university administrator can actually customize their own e-learning course. So again, for those of you that are a little bit more familiar with the Odoo terminology, we are talking about the e-learning app from Odoo, and the users are watching videos in the front end and then completing a quiz at the end to validate that they actually understand what it is they just learned about the role and responsibility of the hosts. And additionally, we add the additional resources and we link out to foodsafety.gov, for example. Now the university administrators are going to be internal back-end users of Odoo, and they're going to be able to copy the default course and then customize it for their students, faculty, and staff. Once somebody has finished the e-learning course and has completed the quiz successfully, then each one of those applications to become a host needs to be reviewed and approved by a university administrator. So each university has a really fine control over who can actually send out alerts for their particular system and what kind of food safety guidelines and rules they want to put in place. Once the host is approved, then they can send out the alerts with some of those before pictures. So the pictures I showed you earlier are real pictures submitted by our users through the platform, which we capture in order to help quantify our impact. Then after the giveaway, we also send an automated feedback survey through the Odoo Surveys app in order to collect feedback, including after photos, and that's how we can have the before and afters that you saw earlier. Now that you know really how it works, I'd love to tell you a little bit more about our impact over the past 2.5 years. So as I mentioned, I've been working on this project for the past 8 years, but the first version of the solution was custom built and custom developed specifically dependent on the Johns Hopkins IT infrastructure. In April of 2023 though, we relaunched a completely redesigned version of Free Food Alert built off of Odoo that was completely agnostic of any one university. And since then, in the past 2.5 years, we've had 14 universities sign up, 12 of them have full paid memberships, 2 are currently doing the free trial as part of the fall 2025 semester. We span over 11 states. We have 1 university in Canada, the University of Ottawa. We have over 12,000 subscribers, over 550 hosts approved in the system to send out alerts. We've hosted and sent out more than 735 alerts in the past 2.5 years. And proudly, we have 100% conversion rate and 0% churn. What that means is every single university that tries the system and does a free trial has converted to a full paid membership. And none of the universities that sign up for a membership have ever decided, never mind, we actually want to stop using it. It's not worth it for us anymore. And then finally, the statistic that I'm probably most proud of is that through all of this, we've had 0 food safety incidents. And so here on this slide, you can see some of our partner universities that are working with us and currently running and using Free Food Alert today. A little bit more now about our differentiating factors. So Free Food Alert is a student-led and supported program, but not dependent. So as we know, students can be very active in championing environmental or sustainability initiatives on campus, but usually after about 4 years or so, students will usually graduate and they'll transition on or they'll move on to their next role. And that's why it's important to have student-led but not supported initiatives. So again, we can have student champions like interns and super users that help market for the program and the system on campus, but we don't want to have initiatives that are student dependent, because then when those students leave, the programs tend to kind of die. And so one of the biggest advantages of working with Free Food Alert is that we're a professional team, we're a professional organization, we're constantly innovating, and we're not dependent on any one student at any one university. We also have very professional data analytics and statistics around things like food waste and recovery, as well as food insecurity. I've demoed those things in prior Odoo Experience talks, so I highly recommend you look back at my talks from 2024 and 2023 if those are things that interest you. We also really minimize the food safety risks by providing a point of origin solution for food waste without the need for repackaging, relabeling, transporting, storing, or donating food off campus. A traditional food recovery program involves every single one of those steps. And at every single step in the process, you introduce additional risk and potential for food safety issues. And so by avoiding all of those and simply notifying people immediately at the end of the event about the excess food, we enable food remediation, and we also decrease hunger and food insecurity on campus. And then finally, we're constantly innovating. Just like Odoo comes out with a new version every single year, we come out with a new version and new features every semester. And that's one of the things that I'll be demoing for you and discussing more in the coming slides. So some of our new features that we rolled out in this past year include our revamped, completely redesigned mobile app user experience. So we now have a streamlined mobile app navigation. Hosts can now manage their giveaways directly from the mobile app, including sending alerts, and in the best case scenario, ending giveaways early if all of the food waste is taken away before the end time of the event. There's also seamless photo capture built into the app, so before and after pictures can be taken from the app directly from the smartphone's camera in order to help us capture those before and after photos, and then again quantify the food waste reduction through our data analytics in the back end. So this is some of the screenshots of what that actually looks like today in our mobile app, and so it's very similar to the desktop version of Free Food Alert. And again, it's very simple to also use a mobile responsive version of our website on a smartphone, but especially with younger folks and like students on college campuses, we find that having a dedicated mobile app, having dedicated push notifications has really helped us expand our reach in the last couple of years. And now, another new feature that I want to talk to you all about and demo for you today is our new onboarding process. So let's just dive right into the demo, and then I'll give you an overview of the steps that we're about to see together directly in our test system. So here I'll just switch to our test database for Free Food Alert, where all of the user data has been anonymized. And here you can see we're on our membership page. So if you come to our website and you go under Alliance and then membership, you can review all the information about how to get started in the Free Food Alert process. And so we actually offer any university anywhere in the world the opportunity to do a 1 semester free trial of the system, where you can use all of the features with absolutely no limitations, and you can see if it's a good fit for your university and if it has a good impact. So the way this works is the users to first complete a program overview e-learning course, which is linked here. Then they'll submit the Getting Started survey, which is where we collect the basic information about their university and how they want to set up the system and by when. As soon as they fill out that survey, it triggers an email notification to my team, and then we schedule an admin training session, and in 1 hour, we can train all the people who are going to administrate the system for any given university, and at the end of that 1 hour, they will be 100% ramped up in the system and ready to start marketing for the tool and for the solution. And then that's basically the last step, is that once we do the admin training, those university administrators can start doing the marketing. We also offer during the free trial a mid-semester and an end-of-semester check-in to basically collect feedback from the university administrators and make sure everything's running smoothly for their particular program. So let's go ahead and do it. If we click there on that link for the program overview, you'll see we're presented with a e-learning course from Odoo, and we can click on Join the Course, and then that enables us to then start watching all of the different videos where you're going to receive a comprehensive overview of exactly how the program runs and all of the features and functionalities. Now, if we just exit the full screen view, just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to check through all these videos. We're not going to watch them together today, but I definitely encourage you, if you want to learn more, to go to our website membership page and sign up for an account so that you can do this. For the last one, we'll go ahead and open it, and we'll take a look at it together. So in the last video, we link additional resources. So these are the additional resources I mentioned for the host training as well. So we can link to food safety resources, either from the national government or from a specific university or a specific state. In this case, since we're trying to drive users through our pipeline to get to the point where they sign up for an account and they sign up for a free trial, the external resources that we share are actually our internal survey. So we'll click on this link together here for the Getting Started survey. And then here, the user basically just fills out their basic information, like their name, their email, their university, one thing that you'll learn in a few moments is I'm really trying to get the first European university to sign up for Free Food Alert, so maybe it'll be the University of Basel, you never know. We ask for their department and their position in their university, just so we get to know a little bit more about them. And we ask them if they've been referred by another membership university, because we also have a referral program. So any member universities that refer other universities that then sign up for a free trial, they get an extra month free added to their current membership. And so again, here we would have to fill in our information about ourselves and any other admins that we might want to set up in the system. You can set up one or multiple admins. We usually recommend at least two. So if one person's out of town or sick or something or on holiday, then the other admin can help. We also have to collect information about their email domains, because this is how we group the users in the back end and kind of link the new subscribers who sign up to the right university. We'll also optionally collect at this point a list of campuses and buildings. So we have a link here to a very simple spreadsheet, 2 columns, campus and building. So we do support larger universities that have multiple campuses and many buildings within them. And we import this data into Odoo, and this is what then populates the drop-down options when you're sending an alert to select for which campus and which building you're sending the alert. And as a subscriber, I can sign up for one or multiple campuses to receive the alert. So we really have like detailed subscriber preferences built into the system. In this case, it's optional at this step, because you can always provide this information later to be imported. We also ask for the preferred start date. We can usually get universities from the time they fill out this survey to the time we've trained them and they're fully operational in the system is 1 week, no more. Great, and then finally, if we had comments or questions, we could put it there. In this case, we'll go ahead and submit this, and then what I'll do is I'll switch back to the admin view, and since it's a test database, I'm gonna go ahead in the back end and I'm gonna run this email queue manager manually through the scheduled action, and that will mimic the automated action that usually happens in the production database, which sends an email to my team. So then here, you can see here, we just receive internally a really basic email that just tells us somebody new filled out the Getting Started survey, you might want to look into that. And then that's how my team knows to come here into the surveys, and then we check in the list of participants. We'll see here's the one with today's date and time that we just filled in, and then we can check all of the answers and reach out to this individual, for example, from the University of Basel, and then get them scheduled for the admin training and get them fully operational in the system. So that's it for the demo today. This is just the latest workflow that we have built into Odoo to help us manage the whole Free Food Alerts system. In terms of our roadmap for the future, like I already mentioned, we're really excited about expanding to Europe and hopefully finding our first European partner university in the next year. And we also are always actively collecting feedback from all the university administrators and funneling that into our roadmap, into our backlog that we then prioritize in order to inform our roadmap for the future. Finally, I'd like to thank our sponsors for Free Food Alert. So first off, Leanna Hauser, thank you so much. Leanna is from the University of Johns Hopkins in the United States, and she has been the pioneer for Free Food Alert across all 5 campuses at that university in Baltimore, Maryland. And then secondly, a massive thank you to Stefan Keller, the CEO of Sodexis, who has been lending his technical expertise and his technical team to help build Free Food Alert over the last 3.5 years. And finally, a couple closing words about Sodexis. So like I mentioned, in addition to my role at Free Food Alert, I'm also the Director of Operations at Sodexis. Sodexis is an Odoo partner. We've been 100% specialized in Odoo since 2012. We're a team comprised of more than 50 business analysts, developers, bookkeepers, system administrators, DevOps engineers. If you need it, we got it to help you in getting a better return on your investment out of Odoo. So if you have any interesting projects like Free Food Alert that you want to discuss after the talk, I'd be more than happy to talk through it with you. And with that, I'll leave you with a few of the QR codes, including the top QR code, which is where you can get the link to the pad to submit some questions, and then I think we might have some questions right now. Thank you so much.
So for our first question, how long did it take to build the system with Odoo?
How long did it take? Great, so this new version that we launched in April 2023, we started the analysis conceptualization phase in November of the prior year. So it was about 6 months, 5-6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Cool. The presentation mentions a free trial. What does the full membership include, and what is the cost and the difference?
Sure, great question. So there's no difference between the free trial and the full paid membership in terms of features. So when I say free trial, I mean free access to really all the features, all the functionalities. You can send out as many alerts as you want. You can have as many subscribers, as many hosts, as many administrators as you want. There's no concept of the freemium model, which I hate, where you get the free version of something with limited features for free, and then every time you want to do something actually helpful, you have to pay for it. We don't do that at all. When we talk about a free trial, it's really access to all the features for free for 6 months, for an entire semester, and then at the end of that 6 months, we ask folks to then really make a decision if they want to convert to the full membership. In terms of the pricing, we're also like super transparent about that. All of our pricing is available right now on our website under our membership page. So if you just go to freefoodalert.com and you come to our membership page /membership, all the way at the bottom, you have the information about our pricing. So we do a subscription model. So we ask folks to commit to at least 12 months, 1 year, and it's based on the size of the university. And we look specifically at the student population defined in IPEDS, which is the official, at least in the United States, it's like the official kind of tracker of university sizes and student populations. We take that information, and then based on the student population size, we have the pricing as you see it on the screen here.
All right. For the next question, how fast can you send the notifications to all the students?
It depends how many students there are, right? Right now, our larger universities have about 3,000 subscribers, and it's like 15 seconds and everything's sent out. So yeah, it's pretty close to real time in the end. And so we did a lot of technical development in terms of we batch all the emails in Odoo in groups of 500, and then we have a postal SMTP server, and we've done a lot of work with our DevOps and system admin team to make sure that those things are being sent out very, very quickly. We also, we BCC all the emails. We don't customize the emails that are sent. We BCC all the emails so that we can process them in batches as quickly as possible.
Great. For the next question, the roadmap mentions expansion to Europe. What challenges do you anticipate in expanding internationally, particularly with different regulations or university structures?
Sure, so I think the biggest challenge with Europe is that it's so diverse, and yeah, there are different rules from a food safety perspective. But like I mentioned during the presentation, and I've demoed in prior years, the e-learning course that defines the food safety rules for each university are totally customizable. So I hope that won't be a limiting point. The other thing people bring up all the time is the different languages in Europe. And I'm happy to report that because of our partnership with the University of Ottawa in Canada, the platform is completely bilingual between English and French. So we're really excited about the potential to expand to Europe, and I think any university that uses English and or French as their main languages should definitely check it out and consider partnering with us.
After expansion to Europe, what's the next feature on your roadmap, and how will the team decide which priorities to focus on?
I think that really depends on how the university administrators prioritize the backlog. So one of the things that universities get as a benefit when they buy into a Free Food Alert membership is they get obviously all the existing features and functionalities, but then they also get a quote-unquote seat at the table in terms of providing feedback and eventually voting on what parts of the backlog we should prioritize for the next steps in our roadmap.
Was it built with the Odoo standards?
No, it's definitely not a Odoo standard. There's a lot of custom code development that went into this particular solution. So it's built on the Odoo Community Edition, not the Enterprise Edition. So it's license free, and we took the license-free open source version of Odoo and we customized it for this use case with our technical team at Sidexis.
Cool. That's it for the questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.